Tonight, the community comes together to remember the Elwood police officer who was killed in the line of duty. Welcome to our Monday 10 o'clock streaming show. It's good to be with you. Let us know where you're watching tonight, and we'll give you a shout out over the next few minutes. Also want to keep you weather aware tonight because we do have some weather moving into the southern areas of our state, right?
Yeah, we do, and I'm going to also show you what's happened across the southeastern sections of Illinois. A big-time storm. If you were with us during the early evening news, we were tracking this storm, and it really hasn't moved much. We've seen additional rain develop. Now, this is local, so we're east of Indianapolis, just south of I-70, with a little bit of rain and picking up a couple of lightning strikes with that cell near Morristown. So we're just south of Greenfield, south of Knightstown, and we've got a little bit of rain moving back into the Connorsville area. That's it locally. The severe thunderstorm watch has been canceled for most of our area, the exception the far southwestern part of the state. And again, if you were with us during the early evening news, we were tracking a big-time thunderstorm, and then there's been redevelopment and redevelopment and redevelopment, unfortunately, over the same area. So rainfall totals estimated here by Live Doppler 13 radar in the last 6 hours, 6 to 8 inches of rain.
Wow. They
are dealing with a flash flooding situation across the southeastern sections of Illinois. So we'll continue to keep a close eye on that complex as well. Locally, Future Track 13 doesn't have a lot for us. The focus will be the southern part of the state. Might get an additional complex of storms if it holds together, kind of moving through the early half of tomorrow. So I'd throw the umbrella in tomorrow, but also be weather aware that we're going to be tracking some heat too. So another storm chance during the day Tuesday, but we're also forecasting highs close to 90 tomorrow afternoon.
How do you feel about those 90s, Felicia?
You know, I welcome them. The reason being, and you guys, I get a little jittery at the end of summer because I know what's coming in January, because I just like warmer weather. I want it. So I will embrace it.
You're going to be okay.
Yes.
Hard to believe we're sitting here on August 1st.
August
it's
1st.
like, where has summer gone, you know, in a way.
Yeah.
Right?
Students back in school.
A lot of kids are back in school. Yep. So we've got a lot of friends joining us tonight here at 10 o'clock. We've got Jan from Shawnee, Oklahoma, saying, love watching all you great friends. It's great to have you with us, Jan, tonight. We've got Tammy from Crawfordsville. Mary Lee joining us tonight from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Good to have you with us. Also tonight we've got Wendy from Sharpsville, Julia from Muncie, Jeremy's in Mooresville, and says, Angela, thanks for the rain.
Oh, sure. I wish I could take credit.
I know. How many people do that to you, like in the community, at the grocery store? Because we also get mad at you for the weather, too.
Yes, you do it. People get mad if it's too cold, or they get too much snow, or they don't get enough snow.
Right.
We can take it.
Okay.
Let's take the good and the bad.
We're going to get back to talk to Angela about the 90s and our next chance for rain here in central Indiana in a moment. Felicia and I do want to turn our attention, though, to our big story coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. The community continuing to grieve over this Elwood police officer who was shot and killed by a suspect over the weekend after a traffic stop. Want to show you some of the video from this vigil that took place tonight. Prayers, songs being sung outside of the Elwood Center there tonight. Noah Shahnavaz is the Elwood police officer, a 24-year-old rookie cop. Noah graduated from Fishers High School in 2016. He was in the marching band, drumline, wrestling. Served in the Army 5 years. Just graduated from the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy in April. Noah survived by his parents, who were at that vigil tonight, a younger sister and brother. Today was the first court appearance done virtually by the suspect, Carl Roy Webb Boards II. Appearing in court, he's charged with 7 counts, including murder. Prosecutors told us today this man has a lengthy criminal history, including firing at officers back in 2006. Prosecutor told us today the suspect got out of the car over the weekend, walked over to Officer Shahnavaz's vehicle, and opened fire. Officer Shahnavaz never had a chance to fire his weapon. 36 shell casings found there at the scene. We've got Lauren Kostick, who's up in Elwood tonight. She was attending tonight's vigil, Felicia, and she'll be bringing us a live report tonight at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we just saw how many people were out there supporting from the community, and that's always beautiful to see.
Sure is.
However, it would be nice if they didn't have to do that at all. I just think of family members in this time. I mean, you know, it impacts us as a community.
Sure
but
does.
I mean, the family members, their lives forever changed.
Right. So we're going to be covering that for you tonight on the news at 11 o'clock over on Channel 13. All right, I want to bring Angela back in to talk about the Mega Millions, because this has been obviously a topic of conversation among those of us who bought tickets, didn't win, and we know that there was one ticket purchased in Illinois, right?
I got the Powerball. We bought 20 tickets. I did get the Powerball 4 times, so I got $16.
So you can send your money back. There you go.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm not going to send it in. I mean, you know, the process, they probably got paperwork. Who knows?
Well, can't you just go?
Yeah, go back to your
anywhere.
point of purchase,
Yeah,
maybe? Or
and they give
I don't know. How do you do it? That's
maybe you just hand it back to the clerk and they
Can't
run
you?
it through a computer.
Yeah, they give you your money.
Check that
you don't have
win.
to send it in.
Are you sure?
I think,
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I think
folks, let
Angela's
us know.
right.
This is why we're talking about this tonight, because you don't think of, think of what you're going to do with your millions.
Right.
But if you are actually holding that ticket in your hand,
Yeah.
what is your next move?
Oh, geez.
Like, what do you
to
do?
not lose it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, first of all, sign the back.
Don't lose it, and don't lose it.
Sign the back. Don't lose it. But, like, think about that. Let's say you heard Friday night that you won. What do you do?
After you wake yourself up, after you passed
After you fall out on the floor. You know, Saturday, like, do you walk around differently?
Well, you
or
probably
do
don't
you
sleep
call
on Friday
immediately?
night.
I'm nervous,
I think you're
right?
nervous until you turn that ticket in.
Right.
Yeah.
And so far, Illinois gaming officials say they have not heard from the winner yet. So they haven't been contacted. They're not even sure if the person who bought the ticket in this
Des Plaines, yeah.
Des Plaines outside Chicago,
If they
don't
even
know if they even
know.
know about it. So
Yeah.
they're
Oh, I
saying,
hope
look,
they
check
know.
your tickets if you went into that speedway. And that speedway,
500,000.
$500,000, Felicia.
Yeah.
That's
What
good.
does the clerk get? That's what I want to know. They're going to give the
A bonus, I
business
hope.
500 bucks, 1,000. That clerk needs at least, I mean, 50K. Like,
Yeah, a
come
bonus.
on.
Yeah, for sure.
But then, what if you didn't work that shift? Like, what if you called in? What if something happened? I
Hopefully
need a
they
little
cut
something.
in all the employees
Yeah,
for some piece
That's
of
what they
that.
need to do.
So one of the things, obviously last week we all talked about what would we spend the money on if we won. Obviously that didn't happen. So one of the questions we want to ask tonight, if you were the winner, would you come out in public and say, hey, I won, or would you stay quiet and anonymous? Okay.
See, I feel like it's different for us. We're all on TV and stuff,
people
so
might
we
wonder where
already
you
kind of
went.
live out there. I don't know.
Because if one of the three of us just sort of disappeared and then all of a sudden moved out of our house, bought fancy cars.
I would be upset because I'd be so concerned about you guys. Like
Aw,
I
that's
would,
so nice.
you owe me some kind of explanation.
And
so
some
if you,
kind of money.
Yeah, well, preferably. But if you're gonna make up a story, like make it make sense to me.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
letting you know now.
right, so we
if
have
you
to tell
ever
you.
win, tell me something
Okay.
that I can live with.
I told my wife today, I said, look, if I won, I'd have no problem sharing that publicly. Would have no problem. And she's like, no, you do not say a word. You don't
No.
say anything to anybody because otherwise you've got everybody coming out of the woodwork.
Yep.
And you'd probably be hit
Yeah.
up for all sorts of money.
Or change your number first and then tell people.
Change your number and move.
Yeah, you got to move too.
Yeah, probably.
You got to move too.
Yeah.
We're not going to have to worry about that. The
No,
three
no,
of us, at least
we're all
for-
good.
for
No,
this one.
yeah,
All right,
I'm
so
where
let's-
I'm at.
All right, let's. Tammy says, heck no, I'd keep quiet. Let's see. Renita also saying I would stay quiet. Teresa says no, stay quiet.
Yeah.
You got to really think about this.
Joyce says, let's see, what Joyce, you said, yes, just take the slip back to where you got
Well,
it
get your
and they will
16
pay
bucks.
you. Yeah, you got to
I
go
think
get
it's
your
probably
money.
under a
And then I
certain
can
amount.
buy more tickets.
That's what they want you to do.
And
That's
yeah,
what they want
and
you to do.
Tanya says you can go to the gas station. I used to work for a gas station. They'll scan it and hand you the money.
Cash.
Okay.
So Felicia, you got what, 16
Yeah,
bucks?
I guess
to
I got to
say?
go
you
get
16
it.
Yes, you
bucks.
See, the problem is we always go to gas stations in the middle of nowhere, so now I got to drive back
No, you
out
don't.
to the
Any
gas station.
Any gas station.
Yeah.
What?
Tell you
Yes.
what, make that one of your
Yes.
errands tomorrow
Any
and then
gas
come
station.
back to us tomorrow
Any-
night and let us know how it was. 'cause,
Yeah.
you
Any
know,
place that sells them.
$16. I'm not telling you. I'm not going public with my 16.
You know, I think the people that got 5 of the numbers right and the Mega Ball, they get $1 million.
That's
Don't you feel like you?
Oh wait, it's 6 numbers?
I think, is it 6 numbers? It's like if you get all but one of the numbers and the
it's a
mega
million.
ball,
$1 million.
it's
That's a
1
lot.
million.
That's a lot of money.
I think it's just all the
people?
numbers and you don't get the mega. It doesn't matter. We're not the gaming officials. So you figure it out. If you got numbers that are matching, you figure it out.
Right. And you know, I was wondering today, because I won't play again until it gets back up to $1 billion.
Yeah.
So today it's 20 million, and I'm thinking,
Not enough for you, Scott.
no, it's not that. But I'm like, I'm not interested.
It is some of the allure of it. It's the excitement of it.
Yeah.
It's the fact that it doesn't happen so
Right,
well.
right.
And so many workplaces were talking about it just like we were. So many families were talking
Yeah.
about it just like we were.
Well, and you do wonder if statistically the people that win are people that play all the time, or are they
Right.
just the ones that it gets to a certain amount and then they go buy a ticket and they happen to win?
Right.
Or is it your consistent players that play all the time?
Right.
I'd be curious.
Right.
Yeah,
I think it depends.
Yeah.
But back to this plan. I just want to be clear. So for me, I don't think I would tell anyone immediately. I think
Okay.
it would come out at some point. I think I would decline interviews. Sorry, news people. I think I would decline interviews because then you blow it up and make it even bigger
right.
versus your friends just knowing and then he said, she said,
Right.
and then you're living your life.
Sure.
But here's Saturday, Sunday, so here's Monday. I definitely would have been contacting all of the
Your people.
experts. But I got to know that it's real. Meaning, I got to take the ticket
Take
in.
it
I don't
in.
want
Take it
any
in the
fine
lottery
print.
official
Yeah,
and
that's
have-
what I'm doing.
Have them
Yes.
cut the check.
Yes, cut the check. Cut the check.
All right, continue in with your comments as we turn our attention back to weather and think about not only the rain that's happening now, but what's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got some heat on the way. We do still have a couple of showers and thunderstorms on live Doppler 13 radar. Severe thunderstorm watch has been canceled for most of the area except the southwestern part of the state. Could see an additional complex of storms tomorrow. All of these developing on the edge of the heat. So once we get into the heat, that storm chance will end. Forecasting 91 tomorrow.
There you go. Get ready for the heat. It's coming back. And get ready for us. We're coming back with you tonight at 11 o'clock over on Channel 13. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. Good night.